At the moment, we have some centers in Malaysian universities, like University of Malaya, University of Technology Malaysia, focusing on promoting the absorption of Industry 4.0 technologies in firms. Not just large firms, but small firms, firms that are interested. They are working on areas like the physical aspects of what these things mean, how they actually can be implemented in firms. Second, in convincing them what will be the costs involved in doing it, in what areas they have to bring change, and in what way they will benefit from it. Now, those aspects are not really pure science-based. A person like me is engaged in that sort of advisory role. So I believe universities have an important role to play, not just in producing the potential new startups from the research that they do, from the knowledge that they produce that can be commercialized, but also at the same time embracing the absorption, adaptation, and implementation of Industry 4.0 technologies. At the moment, the extent of interaction between firms and universities are quite marginal, quite low. They need to intensify this. One area where this can be done is for the government to include matching. If they are providing grants, they have to make sure that they have networks to connect with. And in the network, they should have proactive researchers from universities. And not every one of them are really active as such in contributing. They need to have some sort of record keeping to see who are the guys who are performing, and they need to keep a repository of that so that they know who to match with whom. Otherwise, you will be left astray. On the side of researchers themselves, you have to also tie up their grants, either by matching the grant to make sure that each of these grants that you're giving them will have participants from industry. One. Second, their own record keeping would mean if they have lots of patents, if they have lots of other intellectual property rights like industrial design, industrial layout, that actually translate into commercialization. They should be provided with more recording so that research is directed in ways that will be seen as generating productive results. If we are focusing on Industry 4.0, a lot of which we should have done, say, in the 80s and the early 90s, in vocational schools, in technical schools, in polytechnics, that would relate to skills like precision engineering, mechatronics, all the hardware aspects that are very engineering based. Now, that should have been done at that time. Now the focus should be on programming, moving from direct skills to cognitive skills, judgmental skills, to designing. These are important skills they should be exposed to. A lot of it is analytical. In other words, you no longer should have a classroom with me just speaking. We should have an incubator-like atmosphere where people are interacting to solve problems. That should be the basis of learning for them, because then they will go to the real world looking at how they solve problems in firms, in, say, generating a particular target that they have set for themselves. Or say they need to have a program to completely restructure their production from mass production to mass customization.